SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Rajiv. I'm in Sacramento, California. I came to Save with Conrad because I've heard Conrad talk about how he helps people all the time save money and the best route to go for getting some mortgages and finances done. And having heard so many different testimonials in the past, it made the most sense to go this route. We were in the market for a new house and we wanted to know what we could afford. So we spoke with Steve and then Diane to get through the pre-approval process to see what we could afford. And then once we were able to understand that aspect of it, that was when we were able to shop around for a house to get a mortgage through Save with Conrad. Everybody on the team was great. Everybody really explained everything fully to where it was more in like layman's terms to where I could understand it as someone not in the business or having shopped around for houses too many times. So being able to understand every step of the process and talking with everyone on the team about that was really, really helpful. And it made me feel really confident that I was going the right route. I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. I know that sometimes people look at it and they go, oh, they're based in Alabama. What could they help me with? But I'm out here in California and they were able to square everything away and get things done really quickly, as opposed to sometimes even people out here don't move as quickly as the Save with Conrad team. So everything was really well done, really efficient, and I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. My name is Rajiv. I'm in Sacramento, California, and I was able to get into my dream home with SaveWithConrad.com.
And that's number 212 non-equal housing lender. SaveWithConrad.com. Hey, it's Conrad the Mortgage Guy, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
I like that you've removed your Thompson last name and you're the Mortgage Guy.
Yeah, why not? Let's switch
Good
it up.
job. Yeah, why not? Yeah. How you doing?
I'm great, man. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. We've had some great TV shows, and of course, we're not too far away from going to Great Britain. Yeah. Not too far away from that either.
Yeah, can't wait, man. I'm going to be there August 27th, Philadelphia, the corner of Swanson and Rittner. It's going to be a big night. It's a historic day for the ECW building and ECW faithful. That's the day where Shane Douglas threw down the NWA title and declared himself the ECW champion. That's the day that ECW started on TNN and got their first national television deal. And now on August 27th, AEW, which is arguably ECW in spirit, starts their residency. We got 6 shows plus a Ring of Honor show. And if you've been thinking about, hey, I need to go see a show or I need to get to the ECW arena, buddy, this is the time. You can come into town on the 27th, enjoy the first ever Dynamite from the ECW arena. Check out Philadelphia all of Thursday. And then on Friday, go to the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. And on Saturday, go to Collision. That's like an ultimate wrestling weekend right there, Tony.
It's great. And you mentioned to check out Philadelphia the day between Dynamite and Death Before Dishonor. Philadelphia is a great city. It really is. A lot of history, as most of you should know by reading your history books. And Lois and I, many years ago, spent the 4th of July in Philadelphia. And that was a lot of fun. So it's a great city and obviously great wrestling fans. It is going to be a wonderful residency for us, just like Chicago was.
Hey, I got to ask, when you were there on the 4th of July with your lovely bride Lois in Philadelphia, did you guys happen to let freedom ring while you were there? Or were you trying to prevent freedom from ringing?
No. As a matter of fact, we went to the concert they had right in front of, it was, I guess, Philadelphia Pops.
Okay.
With an outdoor concert right in front of Independence Hall. And they are playing Stars and Stripes Forever. And I look to my right, and through this window, this lit window, is the Liberty Bell.
Oh, wow.
I remember looking at it, and I was very close to it, looking at it, listening to the music, thinking, this is freaking cool for the 4th of July to see this and listen to that. And it was a great concert, and we had a really wonderful time. We really did.
So you felt like that day the freedom was ringing?
Yeah, I guess I felt that way. I don't know.
Good. Well, that's good. I mean, I think it's important if you're there on the 4th of July, you got to make sure that freedom's ringing, or else what's the point, right?
Yeah. You're going somewhere with this bullshit line of yours. I know. Okay.
No, I'm really not, but I am
All right.
excited that we're going to be watching WCW Saturday Night. That's what we do every single Monday night. We get together and watch wrestling together as friends. We're going to
Yes.
be doing that tonight, and we're going to be watching WCW Saturday Night. So while you still can, go watch some of these archives over on Peacock. We want you to find WCW Saturday Night, which went down on August 8th, 1992. Tony, do you have handy what our season and episode is?
Yes, it's season 1, episode 18 on Peacock.
There you
1/18, August 8th, 1992. You said watch them while you can. Are they getting rid of all the old stuff?
We don't really know. We know that WWE has just signed a deal with ESPN for their PLE starting in 2026. I don't think there's been a formal announcement as to where the archives will land, but we have seen WWE continue to roll out on their WWE Vault and WCW Vault old pay-per-views like Incompletion in their entirety.
Mm.
So I do wonder, is the move to just migrate it all to YouTube over time?
Yeah.
Because that's probably a good way to just engage that old lapsed fan. You know, if all that stuff is there for anyone to find, maybe you're more likely to check out the current stuff. It just feels like a nice way to, because I don't think people are paying big money for the archive. So why not put it out there and get somebody who, hey, remember Wahoo McDaniel? And why not show that guy some matches?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was talking to our good friend Dick Bourne today. We were texting back and forth, and I had spent some time in Roanoke, as you know, for Collision this past Saturday live at the Roanoke, or now the Berglund Center. And Dick and I were texting back and forth, and he has the audio from the hat versus the hat robe angle, and I listened to it again today and was just listening to David Crockett and Bob Caudle make that call, and I remember just listening to it, I visualized in my mind how the whole thing transpired, and as Dick, I sent a text to Dick and I said, that was spectacular. And he said, doesn't get any better than that. So that's some old school stuff that I wish we could find, but I think that is gone.
Yeah, I agree. Dick and I have been looking for it for at least 12 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's been looking for it longer, but I've never come across it as far and wide as I've searched in 12 years.
Yeah. There is one final hope out there about that. And I'll tell you off air what that is. I don't want anybody to go rush, over wrestling fans listen to this and say,
I know what you're thinking. Yeah. And we're on the same, but I don't think anybody's gone through that yet, have they?
No.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope we're the first.
It feels like we would have heard something.
Yeah. Right.
Through our mutual acquaintance.
Right. So anyway, maybe that lives.
If it does, how fired up will you be to see that again?
Oh my God. That would be
If we get that, we got to do like a viewing party with the Mid-Atlantic Gateway and what happened when and watch it together.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it was, it was a couple of weeks worth of stuff, and it was absolutely worth it. I mean, again, it's old school, right? It's, and they just set it up so well that finally when Flair and Blackjack met in singles competition, they sold out everywhere. The big arenas, and that's the only place they put it, the big arenas. But Richmond, Roanoke, Greensboro, Charlotte.
Was that your first like big Flair angle that you remember?
No. I think what I remember first of all was, and I don't know the timing, this may have been afterwards. This had to be before it. I remember when Flair was the NWA television champion.
Okay.
And dropped the belt to Ricky Steamboat on TV. And Flair and Ricky Steamboat, that was the first big angle I remember. And I think that may have been like 77 or 76. I'm not so sure. But this Flair Blackjack thing was 78. I'm almost sure. So Dick would know the timeline better than me, but that's the first Ric Flair angle I remember.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us today. We're going to be watching a pretty historic piece of business here. This is the episode of WCW Saturday Night where Ron Simmons becomes the world champion. We'll be recapping what has happened just a few days prior in Baltimore. So I'm excited for us to watch that. It's season 1, episode 18 of WCW Saturday Night. And before we jump into it, Tony, I don't know if you've talked to QT, our great close personal friend who also works at AEW, and
Yep.
he has a fabulous indie. I'm sure you've been to that Center Stage show, 1FW in Atlanta.
Right.
And I don't know if you heard, but they just did a TV taping, their very first one in Canton. So they taped 4 weeks of TV in Canton, Georgia.
Right.
A place I didn't know existed. But I did a hop, skip, and a jump over there last Thursday. And I actually sat down and did color commentary for the first time, Tony.
Yeah, he and I were talking about that. He said, so you think Conrad can do some color commentary? I said, yes, he can do color commentary because one thing that he knows how to do is run off of the mouth. So I went to the One Fall Wrestling show that they had at Center Stage, and we did. Me and MJF did this thing in the ring together, and Laurie brought her two oldest children, right? Noah, who's 5, and Lila, who's 4, and they were mesmerized the entire time.
I'm sure.
Laurie had
being at wrestling, right?
Yeah, Laurie had never let them watch wrestling on TV before.
Oh wow!
So now they go this, and Jay Lethal comes out like for the first match, and I think he's taking on your boy Adam Priest. I'm almost sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's correct.
Right. And Noah, my grandson, said he's a ninja. Look at that guy talking about Jay Lethal. He's a ninja. He kept saying he's a ninja. So every time I see Jay Lethal now, I said, "You're a ninja. You're a ninja." They were just absolutely, and we had to get them home to bed after I had done what I had done, and they didn't want to go, man. They were putting up a fight. So I think the wrestling bug
has been another generation of Schiavones.
Yes, right, exactly. So there you go.
Hey, how was the match with Adam Priest and Jay Lethal?
It was great. Adam Priest is really, and as you know, he's being used a lot more now by us.
Yes.
And rightfully so. He's just really, really good at what he does. And of course, Jay Lethal is one of the greats. So it was a great match. It really was.
Well, I wanted to share a clip because I'm positive it won't actually air.
Okay.
But I was doing commentary with Brandon, who I'm sure you met for
yes,
one. Right. He does play-by-play, and you know, I was a little nervous because I'd never really done this. I know I did that one match for NWA several years ago, but like the idea that I was going to call like 14 matches, I'm like, I respectfully am not familiar with the storylines or the talent, or like I got nothing here, so I'll take a stab at it. But I was trying to set the proper expectation. Well, as Brandon was trying to clean everything up and get it ready for television, he found a clip, and I thought, you know what? I think Silva might like to play that for Tony Schiavone. So here's a clip of me taking a stab at doing color commentary for the first time, and I expect this will probably wind up on the cutting room floor. Let's take a listen.
And I was hoping for a happy ending to our match of the night, but that's not what I had in mind.
You and your happy endings, I tell you.
I'm known for them all over Alabama.
That's what I hear. That's why I was so excited that we were going to be doing commentary together.
It makes sense why you wanted to fist bump me now.
None of this is going to air.
So we'll see what happens with 1FW. I don't think that'll make air, but hey, I'm having fun trying. So it's probably not going to be very good, but it was a blast to try, Tony.
It was great. I'm sure they were very excited about having you there. And QT does a great job. He really does. And QT and I spent a lot of time together because, you know, we're based in Atlanta. We actually travel together a lot. And he's put a lot of effort into that. He's done a great job with it. He really has.
Yeah, go check out 1FW when they're in your neck of the woods. And we also want to ask you to be sure to check out our friends at Stopbox. You know, if you own a handgun, I mean, let's be real. If you own a handgun for self-defense, well, that comes with serious responsibility. Buddy, you need it secure, but you also need it accessible when it matters most. And too often that means choosing between locking it away or leaving it out, which means it's vulnerable to kids or guests or even intruders. Well, that's a problem that Stopbox USA set out to solve, and I think they nailed it with the Stopbox Pro. It's 100% mechanical, it's keyless, it's a battery-free lock box that gives you instant controlled access to your firearm. No electronics, no keys, and no codes required. That's right. No keys, no codes, no apps. Just a patented 5-button locking system that responds to your and only your unique input. It's fast, intuitive, and built for muscle memory. So you're not thinking, you're reacting. And when seconds matter, well, that makes all the difference. And with Stopbox Pro, you don't have to trade safety for speed or peace of mind for readiness. Your firearm stays secure, but always within reach. And you don't have to worry about tariffs because everything is sourced right here in the USA. All Stopbox products are made in the USA. And the Stopbox Pro is TSA compliant. And right now, for a limited time only, our listeners can get a crazy good deal on Stopbox. We're talking 15% off your entire order when you use the code WHW. And for even better savings, shop their bundles for the best deals on their best-selling products. Check out their bundles and save an exclusive 15% off site-wide when you use the code WHW at StopboxUSA.com. Discover a better way to balance security and readiness with Stopbox. So, Tony, I'm looking forward to watching a little old school WCW Saturday Night. Are you ready on your side?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this because it centers on, of course, Ron Simmons winning the world title.
Yeah.
And I think it's worth a watch. It's 1 hour and 24 minutes, 5 seconds worth of stuff. And this is still, this would still be Jim Ross on the call, I do believe.
Yes, correct.
Yes. And this is right before he left. I guess he would leave like maybe a year later or 2 years later.
Yeah, I think it was like 8 months later, maybe.
Yeah, something
7
like that.
months later, something like that. Yeah.
So it should be a lot of fun. Of course, we cannot track the audio, boo hiss, but we can invite you to watch along with us. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
I like your boo hiss.
Yeah, boo hiss.
So we open up with a clip here on WCW Saturday Night saying last Sunday from Baltimore, Maryland, this is going to be the finish where, incredibly, Ron Simmons has one of the bigger upsets in this era of pro wrestling and beats the seemingly unbeatable Vic Van Vader for the world title. And I think the celebration in the crowd, just not just the audible pop, but the visual pop, the reaction when everybody's on their feet. And it's one of the more memorable moments in WCW. So we get the tease there and now straight to the open. What do you think about the tease?
I think it was pretty good. I mean, you could have shown the victory shot.
I agree.
Yeah. And then go back and show how he got to that victory shot.
Yes.
But hey, what do I know? Right.
Just been doing it 50 years.
Yeah, I know. Right. Well, Jushin Thunder Liger in the open. I want to tell you right now, that open that we just saw,
Yep.
absolutely sucked. Well, Cowboy Bill Watts is on the open.
How about that?
Go figure.
They're noting that Ron Simmons has won the world title from Vader.
Uh-huh.
They're also noting that in Baltimore, Jake Roberts has arrived and attacked Sting on the same show.
Right. And
why do you think Baltimore was always such an A town for you guys, Tony?
I can't explain that, but it has something to do with how strong TBS cable was in the Baltimore area. It really became an NWA town back in the day.
I agree.
And you know, there's a lot of towns that were like that. There were towns in Ohio that were very strong NWA towns. So that's the only thing I can think of. I love Bill Watts talking about the angle because Bill was one of the great talkers. He really, really was. And I remember watching a show. I don't know if we watched it here or not on our podcast, but there was a show that Bill, look at my hair sticking up in the air. That old man shit right there. So Bill Watts, there was a couple of angles that happened on TV.
Yeah.
Instead of having the guys talk about the angles, Bill Watts talked about them. He explained every one. So I really liked, and I loved working for Bill. I really did. He was, look at this young, holy shit.
And by the way, how cool was it when he came out on AEW television to this old school WCW The Natural theme song?
Yeah, you're not kidding. And look at Mark Canterbury, soon to be called Shanghai Pierce.
And then later, Henry O. Godwin.
Henry O. Godwin. Yeah.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, it is a big boy. Good guy, too. By the way, going to Center Stage like I did with the One Fall Wrestling program, Center Stage has done a lot of work. new seats. They don't have the red seats anymore. And backstage, they have done a great job of just making it very nice backstage.
Wait. Hang on now.
Okay, go ahead.
You've been pretty clear here on the show for years saying
Right.
center stage was a huge piece of shit. What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm just complimenting them on putting some effort into that building. And I was in the back at center stage. And Harley Cameron was there.
Roll Tide.
And I'm sitting next to Harley Cameron on a couch, as you do.
As you do.
And right there to our left was the spot where Paul Orndorff beat up Big Van Vader.
That's what I was waiting on.
Yeah. And everybody kept walking by, and a couple of the guys, I said, hey, I want you, I'll point over there. I said, that's where Orndorff beat up Vader. I go, what? Right there? I mean, it's with wrestlers, it's a famous place. Right?
Absolutely it is.
Yeah. So it looks different backstage. It really does. They've done a very, very good job of it. They really have. I was nicely surprised. Did you see that crowd cutaway that they just showed a few minutes ago and a few seconds ago with nobody cheering?
I don't get it. Why would they do that?
Well, maybe because Craig Leathers was an idiot. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. But
you think Craig Leathers is an idiot?
Yeah.
Well,
okay. So anyway,
why was he an idiot, Tony? How was he an idiot, Tony?
I shouldn't call him an idiot.
No, it's fun. I like when you shit on people.
He's got a family. He just.
Well, you're not saying they're idiots. You're saying their dad or brother or husband.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a time when, I mean, God bless Kevin Sullivan. He's no longer with us. And you can even ask Arn Anderson about this if you ever see him again, about that there was an effort, that everybody thought there was an effort for Craig to try to take over the company from Eric. Did Eric ever talk about that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. I really think there was an effort. He knew how to work. Bulldog.
Is that different from the Renita Erickson deal? Is that a different time?
The who era?
Renita Erickson. She was working with Gene Simmons, trying to take over the company with JJ Dillon.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Okay.
Hey, but you can order a WCW gift catalog by calling the number that's been blocked out on your screen.
What was your favorite piece of WCW merch back in the day? Like if you look back, I'm not saying back then, but I mean, like, or maybe even back then, was there one where you're like, hey, that's pretty cool, I got to get that?
No.
Or do you look back now and say, you know what, that was kind of neat, I wish I would have got one of those?
No.
Yeah.
The two pieces of merchandise that I remember more than any were from the WWE. It was a green Macho Man hat.
Okay.
And it was a stuffed Ultimate Warrior doll.
Why did those make such an impression on you, do you think?
Because those are the ones that stayed in our attic the longest.
Oh, that green Macho Man hat, that was a WCW. The oversized one you gave me?
Yes, that was WCW? Okay.
That was WCW, yeah, because
Okay.
it was terrible. I remember thinking, man, WWF would never sell a big piece of shit like this.
Well, I remember it. Ref took a bump, terrible bump. Medusa trying to get in the ring, but apparently her boobs will not let her through the bottom.
And what I love this era.
Yeah.
Nikita, Ravishing Rick Rude, Cactus Jack, Medusa. Yeah. This is good stuff. And by the way, I think this is the era. I know it is. 92. This is in Tony Khan's wheelhouse. This is one of his favorites.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Man, look at Sting. What a big star he was, man.
Oh, man.
Golly, look at that foursome right there. Sting and Cactus Jack, Sting and Rick Rude, Nikita Koloff selling. Man, Sting just hit right in the face. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. In the face. Chair shots have changed a great deal since 92. Look at the fans go crazy with this press slam by Sting.
Is he going to throw him to Cactus?
Yes, he is. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not.
Man, he's holding him forever.
I know he is.
Now, shout out to Rick Rude. He's helping all he can here.
Of course he is with the arms.
Yeah.
Fans are saying, throw him out.
I mean, this has got to be like a 90-second. Maybe we might be approaching 2 minutes now. He's been over his head.
Yeah. Now look, the referees are helping him too. Okay, that's good.
And they all fall down.
All right.
Hilarious.
I think this is the same show in Baltimore. Maybe, or is it? For some reason, it looks like it's the same place in Baltimore.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, look, there's Jake.
Uh-huh.
Man, what a big star he felt like too. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Golly, what a loaded roster this is, man.
You are right.
It's a wonder that they weren't drawing better than they were. I mean, this was such an abysmal drawing, but you just think about the talent here with the benefit of hindsight. Like,
Yeah.
if you advertised today that this is what was going down, man, people would be there.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you know, and I'm sure it's on the notes that I've not looked at for the show, but I don't know what WWE was drawn at that time, but their business was probably down too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was down. I mean,
Yeah.
not as bad as y'all's. Like this
No.
Baltimore show had 50. I mean, had 8,000 people there, but only 4,000 were paid. But still, 4,000 paid's not terrible in 1992. It's just not.
Right. We had a great crowd in Roanoke on Saturday. It was one of our biggest collisions of 2025 as far as numbers, and I was very happy with that. So things are looking up on our end, we all think. Sting.
What do you attribute that to?
John
Moxley?
What, numbers being up or the Roanoke?
Numbers being up.
Well, I'm not an expert, on this stuff. I mean, I think Hangman Adam Page winning the world title meant a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think we got I think Will Ospreay being with us has meant a lot. And
agree.
I don't know.
By the way, here's what we should mention. You were asking about the WWF.
Wait a minute. I know it's commentary.
That's 100% it. It's a combination of you and Nigel and sometimes Taz when he decides to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, August 2nd, you guys ran 2 shows, or the WWF ran 2 shows. They had one in the Spectrum with 6,000 tickets sold.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Savage beat Ric Flair right before intermission. And what went on last was Bret Hart versus Kamala for the IC title. You also ran, or the WWF did, in San Francisco at the Cow Palace. And that did 7,500 fans.
Wow.
The Undertaker was on the undercard. The Legion of Doom was as well. But the big one was the Ultimate Warrior pinning Papa Shango after about 7 minutes. So you had 2 shows in the WWF totaling 13,500 tickets out.
Mm-hmm.
WCW had 8,000 out. Hey, that's a big day in 1992 when you've got 22,000 wrestling fans between the WWF and WCW paying to see the program.
I agree. That was a big deal. And some pretty cool names you were mentioning right there.
No doubt, dude.
Yeah, that I didn't expect to hear Ultimate Warrior against Papa Shango. Noted, and didn't expect to hear Kamala's name. So there you go.
Hey, what do you think of Jake Roberts at the time? Like, you had worked with him in the WWF, and so you were certainly familiar with him. But now when he's coming into WCW, did that feel like a big deal? And what was his standing or reputation, at least in your mind, in 1992?
Well, in my mind, his reputation was one of the great stars. And I thought when he arrived in WCW, I thought it was a big, big pickup for us.
I agree.
Much like, the influx of WWE talent we had in after Eric took over. Jake was prior to that. Jake was always kind of a very quiet guy, though. He didn't really have much to say. Didn't have a bubbly personality. And I always thought Jake was the type of guy that his gimmick, right? Soft-spoken, very menacing type guy. I always thought he kind of lived that in his real life backstage. And of course, as we know, um, uh, has quite an interesting background in his life with his father, who, by the way, when they were pulling Sting off the ring, there was Grizzly Smith right there as well.
Tony, had you heard at that point the rumor and innuendo about his dad and some of his inappropriate behavior? Like, was that well known in '92?
Not to me, no, not at all.
When do you first remember hearing about that?
When I saw the was the Dark Side of the Ring,
Oh, you didn't know until then.
didn't know anything about it at all. No.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Keep in mind, I was 18 years that I was out of the business and
Sure.
completely out of the business. And I always, I'm more now that I'm in talent relations in AEW, I'm more in tune with kind of what's going on with the guys and girls' lives. And but back then that was completely unknown to me. And I guess if there were rumors floating around about it, it never came my way. Wow, Bill Watts, going back to Bill Watts. How about that? Bill, man. See the guy to the left, the with the light, the Afro-American gentleman with the light shirt.
Yeah, when he's going to go nuts when Ron wins.
That's one of the big time reaction shots that we all remember.
I agree.
Yeah. And Bill was always successful using African-American wrestlers back in Mid-South Wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Junkyard Dog obviously comes to mind. I guess Butch Reed. And therefore he had his, I always thought Bill, having Ron Simmons become the world champion was quite a bold move. And anybody that knows Ron Simmons knows it probably was the right move, because he legitimately was one of the baddest men out there.
Unfuckwithable, as Ron
Yes.
Simmons would tell.
Yeah,
Ric Flair.
Ron Simmons in that type of mold. I'm thinking of like let's say a Brock Lesnar or a Rick Steiner or even a Bill Goldberg. Just Harley Race. Gosh, I can name some other ones. Samoa Joe. Guys that in real life you probably really wouldn't want to fuck with, right?
Right.
And it's not to say there weren't some other tough guys out there, but those are the ones that come to mind, right? Okay, now
Here's what's happening. They're doing
Okay.
a random drawing in the ring
right?
with all the wrestlers, because the idea was Sting was supposed to be getting a rematch against Vader, but Jake Roberts took him out, so Sting can't compete. So they're going to bring the top contenders out, put all their names in a bag, and do a random draw. And Ron Simmons has just won the random drawing. So that's how Ron Simmons got a title shot out of nowhere. It was because the debuting Jake Roberts attacked the number one contender, Sting, moments before his title match. So Ron Simmons has become the accidental number one contender now.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good story.
That's very well done. Very, very well done. Now, also we can say, I think I'm right about this. Bill Watts was in charge. He was the boss, right? But
Yep.
Dusty Rhodes was his booker.
I don't think that's right. I could
Wait.
be wrong.
Okay. He may have not been at this time, but he was when Bill Watts first came in.
Yeah, he could be here too. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, he could still be doing it by committee, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. But and the reason I remember that is because I remember those famous Monday morning meetings with me, Magnum TA, Dusty Rhodes, Bill Watts, Dan Bynum, and Jim Ross, where he would bring out his little yellow notepad after watching WCW Saturday Night and just critique everything that he saw. And he would unmercifully hammer JR. And JR would sit right there and take it. And I remember looking at JR thinking, man, JR, you're a bigger man than me, because I would have walked. I would have. I mean, the things he said to JR was like unbelievable. But JR took it. And I also remember thinking, Glad he doesn't sit down with a pad and a pen and watch Worldwide with me and Jesse, because he never did. His only focus was on this show right here. And you know, he was I like Bill Watts a lot. I liked working for him. He taught me a lot. He really did.
Hey, I want to ask you to compare and contrast three personalities for me,
Okay.
because it feels like they're big personalities, and I'm curious how they would all possibly get along. I'm talking about Bill Watts, Ole Anderson, and Dusty Rhodes. Three quote unquote old school wrestling minds, three guys who at different points were a big deal with a lot of power in WCW.
Yeah.
But it feels like, with all that, respectfully, ego and career in the rearview mirror, man, that feels like that would have been difficult to manage. How did those three get along, as best you can recall?
Best I can recall, that they got along fine. I think, to be honest with you, I think Bill Watts had the biggest ego of them all, even though Dusty Rhodes had a massive ego. I think when you compare egos, to me, it was Bill Watts, Dusty Rhodes, and then Ole Anderson. Ole and Dusty wouldn't have worked as well as Bill and Dusty would have. But Dusty was the type of booker that, especially in this era, okay, this is post Crockett, right? Where he was willing to listen to other people and willing to do things that other people wanted, because he was smart enough to know that working for Bill Watts was different than working for Jimmy Crockett. With Jimmy Crockett, Jimmy Crockett gave him carte blanche of everything. And here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. Look at the fans, dude.
Yeah. That kid in the
Jumping up and down. It's hilarious.
Yes, I know.
What a major moment this is, dude. It's this, when you think about great moments in WCW history, this is certainly top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for me. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those memorable moments.
Yes.
We all remember that Ron Simmons was the world champion. We all remember it was in Baltimore, and we all remember he beat Vader, and we all remember that Van Vader fucked it up by standing beside of him. The last part is not true. Adam DeMoy, who's with us and always comes up with these clever lines. There's Dusty hugging Ron Simmons, said that Bill Watts sucked. Well, you know, Adam wasn't born back then, so he has no idea what he's talking about, which, by the way, is common knowledge with anybody who likes wrestling, that Adam doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh, I didn't know that everybody knew that.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
That's not a secret, you're saying.
Everybody I talk to, right?
I got you.
Yeah. I'll give you an Adam DeMoy story.
I'm ready.
So Adam is on this YouTube special about the Yeti, you know, and he saw Bigfoot, and they interviewed him. Great interview. It really was. So we were in Boston, I think. And the conversation in the backstage area, it was me and John Moxley and two other wrestlers. I think one may have been Brody King. And they were all talking about Bigfoot. And I said, oh, by the way, I said, I know this guy. He's a fan and he listens to our podcast, and he saw Bigfoot. And I called it up and I played it for him. Okay. And I played it for him. They looked at it. And I remember Moxley says, we got to get that guy backstage. I want to talk to him. I need to hear more about this. And I said, nah, he shits on us all the time. And he said, fuck it. We don't want him backstage. And that's a true story. So Adam had a chance to come backstage, talk to Moxley, tell his story, meet everybody, because he's such a big troll and a dick, he blew his chance.
Let that be a lesson to you, boys and girls.
Yes, be a nice guy. Come on, and it's not that difficult. Look how young and skinny I am here.
I mean, you're damn handsome is what it is. Let's
You're
just
damn
call it
right.
like
I
that.
am damn handsome. Look at that.
You ain't got to take that kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, right. Did I tell you I mentioned the first Starrcast that you had, and Ron Simmons was there, I do believe,
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
It's the first time I'd seen Ron Simmons in I don't know when.
Really?
Yeah, and he saw me and he hugged me, and you know when I say a bear hug is a pretty devastating move,
Yes.
that one he put on me was pretty devastating. It was like, oh, good to see you too, buddy.
What a dude.
Oh man, Ron Simmons, one of the best.
You know, I do a podcast with John Layfield, and I think that's like his the guy he holds in highest regard of anyone.
Yeah, because John Layfield probably knew he couldn't fuck with Ron Simmons.
Oh, for sure. You know.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't think he'd even recommend it to people.
No. But we're not saying that Ron's not a nice guy. He's a wonderful guy. It's just, I mean, as Jim Ross used to say, full-time All-American, Florida State University, that was legit,
Yeah.
right? He was one of the baddest ass defensive linemen, nose guards ever in college football because he was quick and strong and mean.
Look at Dan Spivey, dude. What a badass.
Hmm.
I love Dan Spivey.
Yeah.
Have you seen a recent photo of Dan Spivey?
I have not, but I'm sure it's not good because I know he's had some health issues.
No, he looks fantastic.
Oh, does he really?
He looks like a movie character.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I mean, he's unbelievable. You got to
Right.
find him. Let me see if I can find him on Twitter.
Okay.
He just recently posted not too long ago, like from an airport or something.
Right.
I was like, oh my, this dude looks like he's right at a central casting or something.
Oh, great. And he's had, am I right? He's had kidney problems. Is that right? Or am I thinking of
I
somebody
don't
else?
know. I
Right.
mean, if I'm honest, I don't know. I should know that, but I don't.
I may be thinking of someone else who's had kidney problems and has battled through it. So anyway, we'll check that out. There's that fly-in interview. Yep, Brian F. Spivey is the man. He was, Dan Spivey. I've told this story before, and it's a very, very short story. But Dan Spivey and Scott Hall were the two guys who worked at Crockett Park in the on the grounds crew with Kalon Lake Bill and Two-Ton Harris.
Yeah.
Before they wrestled. That's where I first met him. Wow.
Oh, I found this photo. I'm going to send it to Silva. And dude, I'm going to tell you, this guy, he looks like he's ready for a big time summer blockbuster as a villain.
Yeah.
That's who he is, dude. It's unbelievable. You're going to love it.
Okay. Nothing but squash matches here. And why not? Again, this is pre-Eric Bischoff when we were still trying, pushing to have you come to the arena when it was an infomercial to get you to come to the arena. The days I sorely miss.
What do you miss most about those days, Tony? For real?
Oh, I'm just thinking about my fandom.
Okay.
What I miss was two guys. Let's, for instance, an example: Danny Spivey, Sting, right? And they would have confrontations on the air, or though sometimes they would just jaw back and forth, or maybe Spivey would run in and hit Sting from behind when Sting wasn't looking. But you never saw them wrestle or never saw them touch each other until you went to the arena. So the excitement, the anticipation to see those two guys wrestle would be built up week after week after week. And that would make you want to buy the ticket. Those days are gone, obviously. And I think those days started leaving like in the early 90s.
Look at JYD here, man.
Wow. And Big Cat Curtis Hughes.
Wow. Before he's even doing Mr. Hughes.
Curtis
This
Hughes
is
could
fun to see.
Yeah, Big Cat could do a lot of things, man. He can move for a big guy. Tony Gillum, the ring announcer. Wow. And see, it's all squash matches, build up these guys to the right, bigger than life. Our dog is leader of the pack, WCW Junkyard Dog. Reading that sign, by the way.
Check out Spivey here, man.
Okay.
Look at this recent picture of Dan Spivey. This is a 2025 pick.
Wow.
You telling me he doesn't look like a Hollywood? Like I'd put him in a movie today.
Yeah, those eyes, right? That look.
Yes,
Absolutely. Shit, yeah.
that dude's a badass. I think the more I learn about him, the more I like him. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard about the fight with Adrian Adonis.
I've not heard about that fight. No.
And you got to read about it in the WWF. He beat the shit out of that guy.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Was this after Adrian got real fat?
I don't think maybe.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, but still,
I mean, I think it was before. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Dan Spivey left in like 85.
Okay.
I don't think he got that heavy until later. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Huh.
But it's one of the more legendary WWF fights.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam said he could play Skeletor in the He-Man movie. Exactly right.
Dude, he looks like he's a villain in Waterworld.
Yeah. Right. That's a good call there. Yeah, you're right. Well, God, I haven't seen Dan in forever. There's a lot of people that I've not seen in a long, long time.
Is there anything as you're thinking about all the guys that you've worked with or not worked with, is there anybody you'd really like to work with that you've missed?
You mean announcer wise?
Or just a talent, like, hey, I wish I could have done something with so and so, even if it's a former in-ring wrestler, and maybe they're not going to wrestle, but maybe you could just do something with them because you just like to work with them on anything.
Yeah, I've never worked with The Rock. I never met The Rock. I mean, think of all the people that I've met, right?
You never met The Rock.
Never met The Rock, ever. I met John Cena one time, very briefly. So those are a couple of guys that I kind of wish had a chance to at least hold the microphone for them, or call their matches or something. I would have liked to work with, and I know that he talked a lot, but he's a friend of mine. He's a good friend of mine. I'd like to have worked at least in the same company because he and I are such good friends, with Mauro Ranallo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mauro's,
are you surprised he never did much with AEW?
Yeah.
I am too. It just feels
Yeah.
like he would have been a natural fit.
Yeah, me too. I don't know the story behind that at all.
I'm not trying to press you on it or put you in a bad spot.
No,
I just brought him up.
Yeah, I don't know that much about it. Why.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know that he called the match where Kenny Omega beat Rich Swann to win their
TNA match, right?
Right. Well, and I was there. Me and Tony Khan and Jerry Lynn were there that day in Nashville, and Mauro was right to our left. And I told Mauro, I said, I may have said this on the podcast before, and if I did, I apologize, but it's worth repeating. I told Mauro, I said, you ad-libbed what I think is the greatest line a wrestling announcer has ever said.
Really?
Yes. And that's when Kenny Omega won that title. He said, you can't spell Omega without OMG.
Oh, wow.
Spectacular. I remember hearing that going, oh, fuck. Man, that was tremendous. Now it may have not have been an ad lib. I don't know. But I told him that, and he really appreciated it. He didn't say if he had written it down or not, because as my first boss in radio said, the best ad lib you can do, you can write it down and then, read it. But that was just spectacular. And
he's one of the very best at what he does when it comes to preparation and things like that. I mean, he is.
Yep.
He's up there with Excalibur as far as preparation.
Absolutely. No question. So I would have loved a chance to have worked with him. And Corey Graves would have been another chance to work with him. I always wanted a chance to work with Renee Paquette, and now I get a chance to work with her because I think she is just absolutely sensational. Absolutely sensational. I may think of somebody else. I'm not sure, but those are the ones that come to mind. Van Hammer, that drop toe hold, man. Ooh, floats over into an armbar, as you do.
Well, boy, if we're going to talk about Van Hammer, I'd rather talk about our cocks. Guys, enter the room dick first. Blue Chew's not just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Tony Schiavone personally wants to see your ding dong get stronger, harder, and longer lasting. Almost like Tony got in there and gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership, saying, "Win one for the Gipper, and here's how Nigel taught me to do my presses." Blue Chew's the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. I've been kicked out of 4 museums this year for carrying a loaded sculpture. Guys, this isn't just about performance. It's about your legacy or your third leg, a C. Give her group chat something to talk about. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options right now at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you can get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use that promo code WHW at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head on over to bluechew.com for details and important safety information. And a big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring today's podcast.
What a line thrown out of a museum for carrying a loaded sculpture.
You like that? It was talking about my penis meat, Tony.
Well, I know that.
Oh,
but I just
okay.
thought it was a great line. Okay.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Hey, let's do a salute for the late great Tracy Smothers. Huh?
So somebody say something about fired up. Hey, he was all over Mickey Knuckles' new book. She wrote a book, and man, I had no idea she was so close to Tracy Smothers, but she talked so lovingly about him. And she talked about how, him being a Southern guy, he wants to be able to go to, work Alabama Indies or Tennessee Indies or Georgia or Mississippi Indies. And he wants to be able to get heat. So the only way that he could walk into one of those buildings with a stick with a Confederate flag on it and get booed is if he came up with something that he knew that everyone would be offended by. And the word he chose, Tony, was jack off. So if he was in Jacksonville, you Jacksonville jack offs. Just wherever you are, just put jack offs at the end.
Yeah.
So I say we go with that.
Okay.
Maybe you could use that on commentary the next time somebody's, a particularly bad guy.
Yeah. What a jack off.
Yes. Nobody would like being called a jack off.
Right.
He's onto something.
Yes, he is. And he was. And he also used everybody dies, right?
I love that so much.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Tracy was with us at our very first low-key big hog get together. Remember that?
Wasn't that super fun, dude?
Yeah, that's one of those memorable weekends.
We've had a lot of fun doing really dumb shit together.
Dumb shit works.
You gave away a bag of fucking dog hair, Tony.
I sure did. A guy took it.
Yeah.
And it was Bug's dog hair.
Oh, man. Now I bet you wish you had that hair back.
Yeah. No, I still got a little container of Bug's hair that I take with me everywhere.
Did you make that into a wig?
No, don't have that much. He was a Chihuahua.
I don't know. That was a full Ziploc bag full. It was a freezer bag full.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. That was a couple weeks worth, Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with the dogs that don't shed.
Yeah, and I think we also gave away that day
your outfit from the TNA appearance.
The outfit from the TNA appearance. Yep, same person got that.
Hey, so we're talking about dogs. I wanted to say, speaking of dogs, I don't know if you've heard this, but Cassie, your kid's dating again.
God. Really?
Yeah, he's single and ready to mingle, ladies.
Okay, so why did you equate that to the term dog?
Well, he's got an interesting strategy.
Yeah.
One of the things that, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but maybe you've heard of this, that the kids these days, sometimes they'll send pictures of themselves down yonder.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You might send like a wiener pic if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
They really do that now?
Yeah, they really do that. And Cassio's got an interesting pivot. It's an interesting approach.
Okay.
He doesn't send a picture like that.
He sent his belly.
Fully aroused. He sends a picture of himself flaccid. And I really questioned that because I'm like, man, I don't know. I mean, I've heard of guys who said, "Hey, I'm a grower, not a shower," or whatever. I don't know what his situation is and don't care to know. But I'm like, man, you're going to send it when it's not at its best? And he's like, no, because if I send it at its best and it doesn't work out, the people are going to be running around floating a picture of my hard ding dong. And I don't want that out there. But if I just send a picture of it soft and people try to make fun, I can be like, dude, it doesn't count. I mean, I'm not even hard. Look at it.
Okay. That's the most stupid reason I've ever heard in my life.
Well, he calls it soft serve. He says, I'm going to hit her with that soft serve. And he'll just send a picture of his flaccid penis. It's an interesting strategy. I got to say that. I never heard of this. Have you ever served soft serve? Have you ever hit somebody with some soft serve, Tony?
Not that I recall. Cassio, now that he is single and has some time on his hands, needs to see a therapist. I would think there's a lot of good therapists out there that could help him with his problems.
Well, I will tell you this. I don't know if you've heard about this, but I may be able to share something with him about depression.
Really?
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Smoking, nigga. Fuck depression, fuck stressing. You a badass bitch, you a blessing. Fuck depression, fuck stressing. You a badass bitch, you a blessing. They're gonna eat 'em up. 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 They're gonna eat you a prize. Don't let nobody treat you like you let you know you fine. And getting money, that's why they be pressed. See them demons trying to knock you off your feet. But show them you ain't weak. Then get the praying, that's how they get beat. Yeah, the pressure trying to stop you. Them haters trying to block you with their favor on your life. It ain't nobody that can stop you. Better eat them hating bitches up and tell them who the fuck you is. Tell them just like you. Say I'm a badass bitch on my shit. And the realest in the room, and they know I'm really lit. And I'm getting to the money, and I'm taking care of my kids. Baby, I know I'm the prize, and I'm rare, and I'm really in that bitch. Fuck depression, fuck stressing. You a badass bitch, you a blessing. Fuck depression, fuck stressing. You a badass bitch, you a blessing. They're gonna eat 'em up. 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 Bless
What do you think?
That's freaking cool.
F depression, F stressing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh,
How about Dick Slater here teaming with Greg the Hammer Valentine?
Dirty Dick Slater.
Dirty Dick Slater.
Yeah.
Great wrestling names, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, he was, Dick was another legitimate badass, you know? I don't know if you heard stories about him or not. He was just a pretty, kind of in the vein of Harley Race. And then, of course, you've got right now the Italian Stallion who had absolutely no brains. Zero.
No brains. Wow.
No brains. What a meathead he was. Okay. Hey, Adam had a question back at about 10:53 when he was talking about Tracy Smothers. What was that bar in Mississippi Smothers would go to all the time? White Horse Saloon or something like that?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I don't know if you knew or not.
I don't know about that. I can find out.
Yeah. Okay. We'll find out.
Tracy Smothers
Bar.
Mississippi Bar.
Mississippi Bar.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk anytime, Tony.
Okay. I was thinking, do you use Chat GPT? Do you use AI?
I have, yes.
Yeah. It's one of the great tools to search, ask things. It just.
Yeah, it was called the White House, and it was in Louisiana.
The White House. Okay, very good.
It was in Alexandria, Louisiana.
which is, of course, many people mix up Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama all together. Those three states, they mix them up.
Brian Haremza, when
Mhm.
he was talking about people you haven't worked with before, he says, I think Tony with JBL on commentary, I feel like would be magic.
Mm.
Hey, that would be cool. You've gotten to work with Taz. It would be neat if you got to
Work with
I'd like
JBL.
to see you do something with Michael Cole, and I know that'll never happen, but
Right.
JBL is technically available.
Yeah,
We need to make that happen. That'd be fun on some show if you got to do something with him.
that would be really cool. Really cool. Michael Cole's had a wonderful career. I don't think there's any denying that.
For sure.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people that have shit on Michael Cole like they shit on all wrestling announcers. I get it, but you don't have the longevity that Michael Cole has had in the WWE working for Vince McMahon if you don't know what you're doing. I can tell
Oh,
you
that's
that.
a fact.
Yeah.
What else is a fact is we need to take a commercial to talk about Mickey and Friends.
You can talk to Mickey and the gang on the telephone, and they've got a whole lot to say. Chat with Mickey all about his vasectomy complications and his feelings on the importance of copyright law. Or try your best to calm down Donald as he spirals into an incoherent, rage-filled tirade about his recent divorce. And if you love to laugh, why not dial up Goofy for some silly fun? He'll tell you all the best knock-knock jokes, plus his surprising opinions about Hawaiians. The Mickey Mouse Talking Telephone lets you talk to 12 different Disney pals, like Winnie the Pooh and Confrontational Cow from Hasbro.
How great is that? His controversial opinions about Hawaiians.
Oh, God.
I don't know why that was fun, but it was.
I don't either. But you know what? Fuck.
I think that might be a little drop for us moving forward.
Yes.
I think Silva likes that one. You can tell Silva's kind of dancing a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of Silva dancing as a kid?
No. Do we
No,
have?
Yeah, he's got it because we were talking earlier, and
Okay.
I think even Gerald Briscoe has seen the video, and at this point, maybe even JBL has seen the video. But it was a young Dave Silva during the Tito Santana matches when they'd come on when he was a kid.
Yeah.
He'd break it down. So
Mm.
we'll see if we can't get Silva to help us find that piece of footage. Why do you think Greg Valentine didn't do more as a single in WCW? I think you could argue that he would have been a great contender for a Flair title shot as a one-off somewhere, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Greg was, people say that he didn't have much personality, and he didn't when he wasn't the greatest talker in the world. That's why he and Flair was such a great tag team, because Flair did most of the talking. But the guy could work, and he has great lineage, being the son of Johnny Valentine. And yeah, I think he would have. Absolutely would have. See that the hammer, that forearm hammer shot of his?
I loved it, dude. I mean, I
Yeah.
really do think, when people think back on the great Ron Garvin matches with Ric Flair, and I know they maybe didn't draw that much,
Mhm.
but you can't tell me you didn't watch that match and say, man, those guys are beating the shit out of each other. That was a fantastic match.
Exactly.
Well, Greg Valentine, to me, respectfully, in the same vein as Ronnie Garvin, but bigger.
Right.
When you talk about just going chop for chop in the corner and just that thick, stocky, I
Mhm.
mean, it just feels like, to me, I would have loved to have seen, and I wonder if we could have had a series of matches like that. Could that have changed the way wrestling fans of that era felt about Greg Valentine?
Could have.
Because I don't think that anyone would debate that he was capable of having top guy matches. He just didn't. He usually wrestled guys who were in the mid or lower card in this era.
Yeah.
He could have very easily, taken Flair to the. I mean, imagine how good a match with him and Arn Anderson would have been.
Sure. Here's another thing. He was, and there's a figure 4 at the end of the match. He was a big star in Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling when I was a fan. And he had great runs with Wahoo McDaniel. He and Ric Flair had great runs as World Tag Team Champs. He got a big push, and he got a big push because he could give you a great match. So yeah, I agree with everything you said about Greg Valentine. So if you just joined us, like Coach Keith Morrison did, Coach Keith, we just saw Ron Simmons win the World Championship from Baltimore. back many, many years ago, 1992. God, 92.
What do you think about Jesse Ventura here and this look as he's catching up with Jake the Snake Roberts?
I like it. I mean, it's vintage Jesse Ventura, isn't it?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
How would you even describe the look, though? I mean, it feels like he's superstar Billy Graham. I don't know. I mean, it's just a big,
Well,
it's two big boas and a head hanging out of the top.
Which is kind of like what Jesse always was, wasn't he? Didn't he? I mean, I know he was bigger and stronger back in the day when he wrestled, but I would venture to say that he looks a lot better in a boa right there than he does now. We all get older. We all change our looks, but I like it. Jesse's, you cannot beat on any level Jesse Ventura in his heyday at the WWE as an
Yes.
announcer. There have been great announcers, great color guys. I've got one in Nigel McGuinness. Taz is a great one. And I'll miss somebody, I know. But Jesse, Bobby Heenan, Jesse was the best at what he did. And he had that deep, clear voice, opinionated, knew what to say. Just absolutely remarkable.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Bret Hart. I don't know if you saw, but he was quoted recently saying that wrestlers today could learn a lot from watching his old matches.
Really?
Laugh.
Really?
What do you think about that?
That doesn't surprise me at all, does it? I mean, you know how opinionated he has been since he's retired. I mean, we had him on a Starrcast where he just, I guess it was one in Vegas, right?
Yes.
And I'm standing there watching that thinking, my God, he's shitting on everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. There's nobody. I don't know who did that. I don't know who hosted that show with him or that panel with him. But there was nobody. He shit on everybody. So that doesn't surprise me saying that. And you know what? There's a part of that that's correct. I think some of the young wrestlers should take a look at some of the guys who really were great workers in their time and just see what they did to make matches better. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Besides Elegante, who would you recommend?
What? Watch Elegante match?
Right.
Yes.
You got to learn how to work like a big man. So Yete, Elegante,
Yeah.
Renegade,
Yeah.
Cycle A.
The Italian Stallion would be a good one to watch.
Oh, Barbarian on repeat.
Yeah, on repeat. Let's see. Oh, Van Hammer would be a great one to watch. Couldn't get better than that, I think.
Can you imagine? Let's just talk about for a minute here about the Barbarian. Let's take the mask off. I mean, let's take the paint off. Let's take the animal fur off, and let's take the leather wrists off, right? Let's just throw a T-shirt on him and have a little bag, and he's going to be walking through the airport with that build and that haircut.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that got to be like, just walking through the airport like that?
Yeah, that's got to be pretty intimidating, right?
Or do you wear a hat? Would you wear a hat?
Yeah, I think you would. Unless you don't give a shit. I mean, as you can see, Tommy Angels is trying to, as best he can. God.
Oh, I heard a story recently about Colonel Robert Parker.
What would that story be?
It was about his penis meat.
Of course. And that's the only reason you would bring it up.
Well, the story was that a couple of old wrestlers betted money that he couldn't get that thing all the way hard without passing out.
Well, here's a bullshit story coming. Go ahead.
Silva, do you want to chime in as the voice of God and just say anything at all about where I'm at so far in the story?
Pure truth. I was there hearing this story.
Okay, shut up, Dave.
Okay.
I don't believe Dave any more than I believe you.
All right, you're right. Ladies and gentlemen, put it on 411 fuck sheet. Tony Schiavone dismisses the rumor
Okay.
that Colonel Robert Parker had a big old hog on him.
No, I think that rumor's true, but
Well, that's
this
what I said, and you said no.
no,
You don't believe me.
getting it so that he would pass out.
I'm not saying that he passed out. I said a wrestler bet him $100
Uh-huh.
that he couldn't do it without passing out.
Oh,
Colonel Robert Parker said bullshit.
right. Bullshit's right. A man that big's got a lot of blood in him.
Well, he tried to get the blood flowing and going, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And I was just thinking, can you imagine in any other workplace where
Yeah.
this sort of conversation happens? Like,
Yeah. That had to be back in the day, as they say. I don't think that would happen today.
this was 6 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, that's kind of back in the day.
This was at WrestleCon.
Oh my God.
Not really. I'm kidding.
Okay. Hey, you were at WrestleCon, right?
No,
You weren't?
no.
Okay. I saw Kansas's picture. Where was that from?
She was at WrestleCon.
But you didn't go.
Shit, no.
Okay.
She did though.
Okay.
She had a blast. It was her first visit to NYC. She had a good time.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. I mean, it's
How great was that photo of her and Okada?
yeah, it was tremendous.
And her and Tony Storm.
Her and
two of my
Tony Storm.
favorites. Really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of great people who work for AEW.
Yeah, Tony Storm's one of them.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
And arguably their best star, in my opinion.
Yes. Yes, she's our biggest star right now. Hangman's a big star as well, and that was proved in Roanoke over the weekend. Wow.
Hey, so Dave Silva has agreed to share with us, and this is real. This is footage, like home video footage of him at a birthday party after they had just watched like a best of Tito Santana compilation VHS.
All right, here we go.
They're gonna eat 'em up. 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 They're gonna eat 'em up.
It doesn't surprise me. Dave has only grown a couple of inches taller since then.
Dude. Oh God, it got all over me. That little Dave Silva just wearing it out. Look at this shit right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the voice of wrestling to his right, the greatest manager of all time, Paul E. Dangerously. Right behind him, Dr. Death Steve Williams, and to his left, romping, stomping, graveyard destruction, Terry Gordy. My God, what a group this is, dude.
Absolutely.
I see why Tony Khan loves this so much.
Great talent back then. Just absolute. We were talked about this earlier. Just absolutely great talent. And this was during the, this was
The downtime.
during the downtime. Yeah.
All this talent and it's down. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. They've often said that wrestling's popularity runs in cycles, right?
Cyclical, yeah. I think it's
Cyclical
right.
business, yeah. So there you go. Wow, look at Paul Lee, huh?
Did you hear the news today that WWE is running a pay-per-view the exact same day that AEW is running All Out in Toronto?
No, I did not. I didn't. Oh, that shocks me.
Just came out today. It's devastating, shocking news. No one could have ever predicted it, as you know.
No, absolutely. Right. What's the name of their new pay-per-view? Paulie eats his way to Alaska. Is that the name of it?
I don't think you're even supposed to say that.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. One of the all-time great tag teams. Two of the greatest tag team wrestlers of all time in one tag team, Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton, two real-life best friends. About as good as it gets. Man, this freaking show is loaded.
Yeah. And it feels like those on-camera things promos, interviews, whatever you want to call it, were done separately.
You mean the Paulie Dangerously promo and him coming out here?
Yeah, and even the stuff with we're just done that. And I say that because we used to do them right in front of the entranceway there. And that's after we had built an entranceway. We don't have one. So it's probably done in the back there somewhere. Pre-taped. Yeah.
Well, here they come, Larry Zbyszko and Flying Brian in a tag team affair. I wonder what's going to happen.
I'm a little bit behind you right now. Give me where you are.
I'm at 5903, 04, 05, 06, 07.
Okay. All right. So I'm behind you, but I'm watching on Peacock.
Oh, I got you.
So
I'll
for all,
that, you know.
So for all you guys watching on Peacock, 59, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's where we are right now.
I'm going to watch Naked Gun tomorrow, Tony. We're doing date night here at the Thompson household. So
I saw it.
We're going to go eat a steak and watch Naked Gun. Don't give me any spoilers, but I hear it's funny as hell.
It is. It is. It has its very, to me, laugh out loud moments. Paul Walter Hauser did a great job as always. And, he did commentary with us on Saturday. And so, yeah, it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I saw it and the Fantastic Four in the same night.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in Roanoke doing media, getting ready for Collision the night before, and I saw both of them back to back. Look at Zbyszko. You know what Arn called Zbyszko, don't you?
What's that?
Cigar store Indian.
Oh, I have heard that. Yeah,
right. He used to just stand rigid in the corner when they were the enforcers, and Arn would do all the work, according to Arn.
Tony, have you heard about the Redneck Brawl happening this weekend?
The Redneck Brawl. No, I have not. Is that going to be booked against our pay-per-view as well?
No, it's this Saturday, August 16th. I think it's going to be heads up with Triple Mania. But it's coming to you from Johnson City, Tennessee.
Okay.
And they're going to be 25 different fights there. It's a tough man competition with men and women.
Yeah.
And they've been cutting promos sort of wrestling style and posting them on Instagram. They are just tremendous, Tony.
Wow. That's something that I look forward to missing.
Well, let me let you just hear part of it and see what you think.
Okay.
I mean, do you think you'd want to hear some of it?
No, to remind me of my younger days at home. I don't want to. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen,
No,
we
go
don't have to if you're not
No,
into it.
no, I said go ahead.
Well, you ain't got to get hot, bud.
What? Yeah. Boy, you're so much like Lois.
Okay, that's enough of that.
And then you just get pissed off just like that.
They call me lucky. I'm from Greenville, Tennessee, and I'm calling out any bitch. I mean, any fucking bitch that thinks they can whoop my goddamn ass. It's Jess. They call me Barton Jess because I'm the fucking best. I'm from Covington, Georgia. Jackson Lake, bitch. I'm going to Redneck Wall, August 16th. I'm right here. Come get you some, motherfuckers. Let's see what you fucking got. I got all my teeth. Let's see who can knock them out. Come on, hoorah! I'll see you August 16th in the arena. Redneck Brawl, here we come, baby.
Oh, God bless that girl.
What do you think?
Yeah. I'm not surprised at all. Hey, Adam Moy is coming up with some very good points, believe it or not. He's going to see Jaws in IMAX on the 28th of August for the 50th. I didn't know that was out on IMAX. I know they're bringing back a lot of movies for nostalgia reasons.
Yeah.
They're bringing back Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's coming back to theaters.
Tim Burton Batman 1 and 2.
Right. But Jaws on IMAX, I didn't see that one. That would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Here's you another one.
Okay.
Well, no, we don't have to.
No, go ahead. It probably sounds just like that one girl.
Well, I was going to find a guy this time.
Okay.
I mean, in my head, you've heard from a girl. We got to hear from a guy because I don't know why, dude, but I think these promos are freaking entertaining as hell.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
And I was trying to set the proper expectation with some of my friends. I was like, guys, there's no way the fights are going to be that good because these are not professional athletes. They're going to gas out.
Right.
So don't like expect to be super entertained, but if we get to see some promos, and I'm sure a few people are going to tote some ass whoopings, so it'll be kind of fun.
All right.
Have you ever enjoyed a tough man contest? Do you remember when they were on FX way back in the day?
I do not. No. Mm-mm.
I remember that.
What would be way back in the day? What year?
Like 95?
No.
I mean, that's 30 years ago, bud. That's a long time ago.
It is a long time ago.
All right, here you go. I think this is a little smoky right here.
A little smoky?
Tennessee, Bristol, Tennessee, all the way through that. I'll whip every one of y'all. All y'all do is drive circles. We here to put the fire out with the smoke. Y'all think y'all the baddest twins from Kentucky? We're identical twins, and guess what? We'll give you identical ass whoopings, bitch. Yeah! We'll do 2-on-2. You ain't seen these motherfucking twins from East Tennessee, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's get it down in East Tennessee. Freedom Hall, baby. Be there, boys. Let's go. Ah! Step in the ring. Come on, buddy. I guarantee you or your brother won't last 2 fucking rounds. Woo, baby! Ain't nobody knocking me out. Come on! Get yourself.
What do you think? You in for the redneck brawl?
No, not at all.
Oh, buddy.
What are the reasons why the South gets a bad name?
I don't, because they can fight.
No, because they talk like they got an IQ 2. Oh God!
Wait, so
this okay?
Because they're country people, they don't deserve to have their moment in the sun.
Yeah, I just don't want to see it or hear it.
So you won't support people from the South, is what you're saying?
No, I do support people from the South.
Well, they're from the South. I don't know if you heard in their voices.
Oh, I did. Well, I heard Kentucky, Tennessee. I heard both of that. Okay, I can talk like them too, Conrad. Because I used to talk like them from the hills of Virginia.
You're not gonna walk out on the podcast right now, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not. But I'm just tired of try to erase the stereo. You try to erase the stereotypes, and then you listen to something like that. Okay.
They're trying to. The name of the thing's Redneck Brawl, Tony.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But they're rednecks everywhere. They're rednecks everywhere. Okay. They're rednecks in Northern California. When I went to,
do you think they got a trans budget? They're driving in to get their ass whooped.
Okay. The rednecks in Northern Arizona. But no, put them in the South because that's where the rednecks belong. The rednecks in New York State, dude. Anyway.
You're half hot.
Yeah, I'm half hot. Meanwhile, pretty good match we're bullshitting over.
That's what I wanted to ask you. I want you to rate them in order of how good you think they were, and you can only offend 2 of them.
Rate what?
Like, rate them in order. Like, I'm not saying F, Marry, Kill, but I'm saying so-and-so was the best worker of these 4, in my opinion, and then this guy was second, and this guy was third. Okay. So what we're talking about is just your personal preference.
Okay.
You're not giving a definitive answer. You're saying your personal preference in order 1 through 4.
Okay. 1 is Arn, 2 is Bobby, 3 is Zbyszko, 4 is Brian.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Silva, I want to hear from you. Rate them 1 through 4.
Arn, and Arn.
Thanks, Dave. Go back to sleep.
You know, he cuts hand to Arn.
Yeah, I know. He loves Arn.
But, I mean, a little too much, maybe.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
He had a real serious conversation. We were driving on a long road trip once, a car full of guys.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, you know, if I was going to have anybody's body in wrestling, I'd want Arn's. Just cold. We were talking about 76ers or something. And he just hits us with, he wants Arn's body. We were all like, what'd you say? And then he started doing that little kid dance we saw him doing earlier.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. If you could have any wrestler body, whose body would you have?
Is this a real question?
Yeah.
Harley
asked-
Cameron? Harley Cameron.
No, on you. Not
Harley Cameron. What? You know she's going to bring puppets. It's going to be fun. I'd just call spots.
Truly one of the most entertaining young ladies that I've ever been around in my life.
10 out of 10, personable, like in an alternate timeline.
Yeah,
She's the salesman of the year in her company.
exactly.
She's just going to excel.
Yeah.
She's just a personality type that is just going to ensure success.
Yes.
Yes.
There's nobody like her. There is nobody like her.
How about the, I'm sure you've seen the video of her bandaged up, the AW package.
Yes, we ran it on Saturday, right? Yeah.
So I saw it online. What an unbelievable package.
I know it's all Harley. It's Harley Cameron. That's how she is.
She's the total package.
Yes, she is. You don't love Harley Cameron, something wrong with you. And she's one of those wrestlers that got the fans behind her just by being who she is, right? We didn't stuff her down everybody's throat, because sometimes you have a tendency to do that. And she just Coach Keith likes Willow Nightingale.
Hey, roll tide, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, bro, there you go.
We had just been talking about Harley, so I was looking for the cheap, low hanging fruit joke. I mean, you had mentioned it earlier.
Yeah. No.
Hey, I did want to mention, as we're talking about things that have happened in the last week or so, certainly with that Harley package, that was a real highlight from Saturday night. But this past Tuesday was the Hulk Hogan Celebration of Life, the Terry Bollea Celebration of Life.
Yeah.
Did you see the clouds that went kind of viral that Bam Margera snapped a picture of? Did you see that?
No.
There was a cloud formation over Indian Rocks Christian where they did the memorial service. And when Bam Margera went outside on his way to the parking lot to find his car and cruise on out of there, he just looked up at the sky and saw an odd cloud formation that looked awfully familiar.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing, dude? I thought it was really cool.
That makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does.
About us.
Yep.
Wow.
I thought it was worth sharing. I thought you'd dig that.
Yes. Holy shit. Man. Hey, these guys are putting in some time in this freaking match, buddy.
Yeah, they are. This is a worthy big time match. It's not even the main event, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We've got I guess it's the last match, but we're going to hear from Vader and Harley Race to close out the show after this match.
Right. And but this is typical Bill Watts era. Give me a good long match as your main event on TV. And I think this was during the period that Bill Watts banned anybody coming off the top turnbuckles.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Nothing over the top rope. So if you threw somebody over the top rope to the floor, you're suspended.
Right.
If you come off the top rope, you're you lose that match. It's illegal.
Right. And that really, one would think, kind of handicapped Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that Hulk Hogan thing. Wow.
Oh, did that get you?
That was something.
Man, I got to tell you, I don't know how much time you spent with Nick Bollea, aka Nasty Nick Hogan.
Yeah.
In the old WCW days. But man, I was so proud of him, the job he did speaking at his dad's funeral. He closed with so I'll close with this. Say, just like my dad used to say, and he went through the, say your prayers, take your vitamins. But then he finished with, and what you gonna do when my dad's watching over you? I was like, man,
that's cool.
How great is that?
That is really good. Really great stuff.
Adam DeMoy says, whenever I see a cloud shaped like a dog turd, I'll think of you, Tony.
Please do. I would be honored.
Now, what type of cloud formation would make you think of Adam DeMoy?
One of Sasquatch.
Sasquatch clouds. Okay.
Sasquatch cloud. Yeah.
What would make you think of Dave Silva? What would the clouds need to look like to make you think of Dave Silva?
A taco.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And if you were going to,
You're looking for something entertaining here, and I'm not coming up with anything.
what about Paul Heyman? You're going to look in the clouds and try to find a Paul Heyman.
Yes, would be like Humpty Dumpty eating a whole turkey.
All right.
Okay.
What about Taz? Would it have to be an orange cloud?
I refuse to answer that question.
I digress.
Okay. Because I got to see him in 2 days.
Is he showing back up to work again?
Yeah.
You never know with him, you know?
Yeah.
He's a big shot.
Yeah, I know.
SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Sergio. I'm from Lancaster in California. The motivation behind just following through with this refinance was I have a baby on the way. So just wanted to get everything in order. In the past couple of years, just afraid to pull the trigger, but then it just seemed like the right time to do it. I went to multiple banks, not only the mortgage I had, but then I went to you, and then I also went to several others. And it just seemed like your team, they were just completely honest and outright. Also, all the information was just laid out for me right there and then, answering all my questions in a timely, efficient manner. Diane was just so helpful and above and beyond accessible with both texting and emails, and just any information that they needed. She would explain to me what exactly they wanted me to send, and then if there were any issues, she was able to just resolve them pretty quickly, versus other companies that sometimes it would take a couple of days to get some information. We were looking to pay down some debt, also looking into making some improvements to the home, also build up our backyard, do everything, especially for our daughter coming. By doing this cash out, it's a good amount that we're saving, between $1,000 and $1,500 a month, I would say. It helped out tremendously as well. My name's Sergio. I'm from Lancaster, California, and I saved over $1,500 a month with SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender. SaveWithConrad.com.
Yeah, I know. He's Taz, right?
Tony, have you ever tried to eat corn the long way?
I've not, but I've seen that sign out there a lot.
There was one on Monday Night Raw tonight, I guess, that says Travis Scott eats corn the long way. And I thought, you know what? I bet Tony would give that a shot and just see what that's about.
I would not, but there was a sign in Roanoke that MJF eats corn the long way. So it's a sign that's going around a lot.
I hope this doesn't go around. Take a look at something I think will make you a little uncomfortable.
Oh, no. Wow, they packing them hot dogs in kind of weird there, didn't they?
I mean, that looks like DVDA or something.
DVDA. Yeah, okay. All right.
What do you think? I mean, are you excited about Cross Wiener or
No,
Cross Wiener?
that doesn't bother me at all, that cross wiener thing.
You're cool with it.
Yep. Look at Zabisco with that kick. Larry Zabisco. Yeah, I'm not. I don't. Cross wieners doesn't bother me. You know? Yeah, to each his own. If you like a cross wiener, more power to you. Okay. Be not. It's not me to talk bad about cross wieners. It's not.
It's not up to you.
No, it's not to me. It's not to me. If you like cross wieners, then I would say good for you.
Silva, where you at on Cross Wieners?
I'm all about them. The more cross, the better.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, he had a perfect opportunity right there to hit the old Tony Schiavone. I'm for him. I'm for him. I'm for you. That's Silva with the Cross Wiener. Gonna eat him up.
Cross wieners. Yeah. Well, let's take a poll of all of our listeners and watchers here. Who's for cross wieners? Go ahead and say yay or nay.
Oh,
in the
speaking of
comment
Cross
section.
Wieners, Adam
Okay.
says, speaking of Cross Wieners, when's Cross showing up on AEW?
I don't know.
Karrion Cross just finished up with WWE's been released.
Really?
Fans want to know what segment should they expect him later tonight on AEW Dynamite.
I'm surprised. It surprise anyone when someone shows up.
Well, from what I understand, you're in Cincinnati, Ohio, which I have it on good authority is the home of the Cross Wiener.
Home of the cross wiener. Okay. We haven't seen a lot of yay or nays in our comments about cross.
Alex Wheaton loves the cross wiener. He's
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
He wants his meat to touch.
As meanwhile, there's a tag made to Arn Anderson as he's got Larry Zbyszko in a hammerlock. I was trying to see if he would cross something for us. Okay. Alex, the only guy would go yay on cross wieners. That had to be that was a packaging malfunction, guys. Just no cross wieners for Jason Taylor. Jason, come on now. You're an Oklahoman living in Texas.
Is there a fun comic book or cartoon crossover that you'd like to see in wrestling, Tony?
No.
Well, I just know you're a comic book guy. Like, do you think a Swamp Thing character could work?
I always loved Swamp Thing. I really did, but I don't know if it would work in wrestling. You know what? I was listening to somebody talk the other day, and
as you do,
and he was talking about there are people who are superhero fans and people who are comic book fans.
Oh, there's a difference. I didn't know that. I'm being serious.
Yes, and Andre Canty said nay on the cross wieners, and so we're 1-4-2 nay. So, and I guess in my later life, I've become more of a superhero fan than a comic book fan. I've read some comic books, but not like when I was younger. So I think there is. I mean, comic book fans are the ones that take a look at these movies and these TV shows and say, well, they were not true to the comic book, right? And that's why one of the things about Fantastic Four, or parts of that were very true to the comic book. So I'm sure comic book fans are going to like that.
It just feels like to me that you would see that as an opportunity. I mean, I remember you were in the room when they came up with the goddamn Candy Man and all this sort of thing.
Right. That I would say, okay, let's come up with, I don't know, the Human Torch or the Thing. Right. No, because those are based on superpowers, metahumans or whatever. Jason Taylor says, I just want to be entertained. Doesn't care why. I'm with you on that, buddy. And Adam says Raven is coming out with a movie about his life. Have you heard of this?
Yes, yeah, a couple of weeks from now, and he's actually requested to come on the program. So in the coming weeks, as long as Tony approves, we'll have Raven do a run in. But if Tony says Raven can fuck off, then you'll know that because he will not be on the program.
Tony Khan, why would he say that about this podcast?
Well, I meant you.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like for him to be on.
All right. Well, it's been decided in the coming weeks. We'll have Raven do a run in here.
Yeah, Raven and I were pretty good buddies. He was a big comic book guy, and we talked. He got me into Swamp Thing and a lot of the different things. So yeah, why not? Let's help him promote his movie.
Yeah, it's Quote the Raven Nevermore is the documentary that's coming out. He's going to be doing a few different premieres around the country, I believe, and I'm sure soon enough it'll be available in a variety of places. We'll have more information and a trailer and all that stuff in the coming weeks, including, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can line it up and have the one and only Raven do a run-in for us.
Yes. How about this? Action during the commercial break that you did not see.
I like that.
I do too. That's very real. Yeah, very unique. They just drove down Larry's arm, and Larry had to give up because his arm was injured. So that's the end of that match. And so we're going to conclude with Vader.
I love this pairing of Harley Race and Vader. Why did that work so well?
I think there was still a very profound respect of Harley Race back in the 90s, early 90s by wrestling fans. And of course, Vader was just tremendous in his WCW run. And Harley still looked pretty good. He used to say God's green earth all the time, and we loved it. Come on, Harley, say it. Say God's green earth. And we all go, yes.
Well, he usually talks about himself that way. He wouldn't be talking about Vader that way, would he?
Oh, he would say the baddest man on God's green earth. He said that all the time.
I got you. Okay.
About Vader. Yeah.
Let's hear his gravelly voice for less than 7 seconds.
Okay.
Gonna stop short. Over. It isn't over. It isn't over.
Some very strong.
I don't know why, but
It is over.
he's a comic book character. He's a movie villain.
Yeah, right. You could have written a comic book with him, the villain. Absolutely. I mean, he's kind of like.
Oh, they're replaying the finish here from Baltimore.
Okay.
There's the power slam. Look at the kid in the third row. He's going to run up to the front and lose his mind.
Yeah.
Ron Simmons, in the biggest upset in this era, is the world champion. The first ever African-American world heavyweight champion. Wasn't advertised, wasn't supposed to be here. Jake Roberts has different plans. Sting is out. Random drawing. Oh, there's the fan right there.
Yeah, he wasn't even sitting on the front row. He ran to the front, man.
What a special moment. I'm glad we got to watch this. I'm glad we got to relive this. It is a top 10 moment in WCW history, real wrestling history. That's rare. I hope everybody enjoys Triple Mania and Redneck Brawl this weekend. I hope you enjoy it tonight, Dynamite, and tomorrow night, Collision. We're going to have 2 big shows in a row this week at AEWTIX.com. Later this month, of course, Forbidden Door. It's already been announced. It is the 4th largest non-WWE gate in history, and nobody's even really started talking about it yet. But boy, it really starts heating up this week. Next week, I know the crew is headed over early in the week. This is going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for AEW. I can't wait to be there in Philadelphia on the 27th. I hope you'll make plans to join us. But right now, Tony, it looks like it's about that time.
I think we ought to leave everybody with what has been the really theme of this entire program. And that is, if life gets you down, then you have to do this.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. adfreeshows.com.